Hello, everyone. How are all the mamas out there doing today? I am so excited to be bringing on Justine Hernandez, where we are going to talk about how to make your space go from money pit to money magnet. Love that. So if you are like in this space of I'm not making enough money, I'm not getting the clients, maybe there's something in your space that is causing a frantic energy that is causing money pits. And Justine today is going to help you move from that frantic energy to that fearless energy, which creates abundance, and it also creates having that money magnet energy in your home. And who doesn't want that? I know I do. So before we dive into that, if you don't know who I am, I know there's some new faces in here. I am Monica Miller, and I am the founder of the Six Figure Mama community, which you are in, and Mastermind, which is starting off in May. And real quick, I am having a free 5-day program starting on Monday where you can actually begin creating $10,000 months. So if you are wanting to create $10,000 months to get to that six figures, then come and join the program. It's free. It's 5 days. And during that 5 days, you're going to learn how to create a high ticket offer and then how to market and sell it. All right. So I don't want to take away from Justine. All right. So let me introduce Justine. Real quick background on her. We actually met on a mastermind, in a mastermind we were in. And I heard a little voice in the back of her, in her background as she was talking to our coach. And I'm like, oh, she has a little kid. I have a little kid. I should probably ask her if she wants to be an accountability partner, because I was looking for an accountability partner that, knew the struggle I was going through. And a lot of the people either had kids that were older than my child, like 10, they're like 10 years old. And so I just wanted someone who kind of knew the toddler years. So I reached out to her and I was just like, we should get to know one another. And do you want to be an accountability partner? So we became accountability partners sometime last year. And we actually just met now 2 weeks ago for the first time, which was a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun going on adventures with you and our toddlers.
Yes. And hearing our toddlers, just, I don't even know, like Anthony was like beating up a poor Xander.
Well, they were like roaring
from the mom angle.
It's just, it is what it is. That's how they play, and they have to learn how to play with other people, in different ways. And so what best way to experience that by being around other kids, right? You just have to get rid of that, like the angst, oh my gosh, like they're going to think that my kid's a hot mess, so we all go through that. I feel like that's very common.
Awesome. So glad that's common.
Yes.
So that's a little bit about Justine. So let me just go and give you her introduction, and then, we'll start getting into today's content. I'm taking your space from money pit to money magnet. So Justine is a feng shui expert and transformational life coach. She's an international feng shui consultant and transformational coach. She has dedicated her life to studying space, understanding the rules of the physical plane, and gathering tools to transcend the limitations we place on ourselves. She uses her knowledge to help people understand how they can shift the energies within themselves and their environments to more fully live their lives, not by default, but by design. Her mission is to help women around the world to align their mindset, space, and relationships to create a life full of intention and happiness, as well as abundance, because that's part of it. So is there anything I missed, I didn't say, or I missed out, or do you want to add on to what I just...
No, you said it all, girl. That's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. So talk to me real quick about being a mom and running your online business who uses space.
Yes.
Talk about that, Johnny.
Well, I will say that it's been so awesome to have Monica as my accountability partner because of the fact of her expertise in writing, which is not always my strong suit. And as an entrepreneur that's been doing this for 10 years, creating a business that didn't exist and just like putting myself out there and things like that. Um, like building my business and having a child at the same time, it's like creating like that balance for yourself, and also working through the mom guilt and feeling like you're a bad mom because you're focusing on something. And so like learning how to create designated times and designated areas within your life and your space. When you're able to create boundaries, it makes entrepreneurship and doing what you're doing in your everyday life a lot easier and manageable. And so I work with a lot of people that their lives are full of stuff, like not full of physical things, yes, as well, but also like engagements or things that they feel obligated to do, or so it takes a lot of this time energy. And so when you're able to see where in your life you have energy leaks at, you're able to put more boundaries in place, which gives you more vitality and able to, spend that time with your children, intentional time, you know what I mean? Not just like I'm here hanging out with you and I'm on my phone, but rather like intentional focused time. And so that's kind of something that, I've been doing for a number of years, and it's been really helpful for me. Recently, I've been working on like my organization of my schedule. So I just recently moved from Virginia and to Tennessee. And so reacclimating my life and my home and my business and shifting all those aspects, you know what I mean? And creating designated things in my life to make sure that my life is flowing and it feels simple and manageable for me. Because, when you're able to automate certain aspects of your life that you don't have to put a lot of energy in, it makes life easier. you know, like for example, one of the things for me that I'm as an entrepreneur, I would rather have someone cook dinner for me, to be honest. And so like having a service where they deliver food to your home and you're able to take that stress away and just be able to focus on other things like spending time with your children. So you don't have to worry about cooking because it's already prepared, and or creating designated times. Like, for example, I work in my business Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And so, of course, today is an exception, but my son is not with me today. He's with his grandparents. So I'm like, sweet. And so it's like creating that time. And so my family time is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And those are intentional family time for me. So my mind doesn't go into business, it goes into family time because I love my business. I don't know about you guys, but I love my business. And if I could, I would be a workaholic and be in my business all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I can't do that, right? I don't know if you experienced that, Monica, but I feel that way where it's like, I want to be in my business because I love it so much. And then like your family's like, dude, like, are you going to hang out with me today?
How many of you feel like this? I mean, put in the comments or give me a heart. Like, let me know, do you struggle with like, wanting to work in your business, but yet you have this family that you need to take care of. And, there's a struggle there for sure. And I love that Justine put, just the said, like, you had to make that balance. You have to create the boundaries of when you work. Sorry, my cat's in my lap. So she's doing her tail thing. So, that's one of the things that I know for me, I have really worked on in the last like probably 4 years is, sorry, my cat. Okay, stop, Sassy. Here. So you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi, Sassy. She's like, I'm loving this energy, this vibe. It's totally
really. I think she's like, I want to bug you because I want to be petted. But yeah, so let me know you have experienced this, and so I love. We're going to be talking about this. So this is like a great transition.
Yeah.
Justine talked about like outsourcing or creating that space for you to hire something out, whether it's to do things in your business, maybe it's to have food be brought to your house that's already cooked, already made, and you're like, hell yeah, I want that because, I don't want to cook anymore. Then let's talk about that. I love that she said that because I want to say, like, okay, what do you think keeps women in that space where they can't get their food delivered to their house already made? Because yeah, let's talk about that.
So, I mean, okay. So even before business, I was a little bougie in a sense of like, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So I do not clean bathrooms, like straight up, no bathrooms. Like when me and my husband got married, before we got married, I said, listen, there's a couple things I don't do, which is cleaning bathrooms. So we're either going to hire someone to clean it or you're going to be cleaning the bathroom. So that's kind of like, that's my boundary. And so when I was a single mom and an entrepreneur at the time, I actually hired someone to clean my bathrooms because I was not going to be doing this crap. And I have boys, so they pee everywhere. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I have other things to do. There's people for that. So I rather invest in my community and give back by hiring people to do the work for me so that I can get energy and vitality back to focus on the things that actually will help my business grow, to create more opportunities for myself and for my family. And so I think as a mom, even having someone come and clean your home, you're like, oh, well, I clean better. I do this better. And it's like, that's always like the excuse, And so I would say, yeah, there's always someone that can clean, that you can always clean better. However, what if you were to hire someone that cleans the way that you like to clean your home? And so that's what you look for versus just by default, well, this person did a shitty job in cleaning my house. So that means that every cleaning person that I hire is going to be crappy every single time. So if you have that mindset, you're going to attract those same kinds of people. So if you're able to shift your mindset and be like, this is going to help me and my family so that this is self-care too. It goes into self-care. Like, if I do this for my family, that means I have more energy for myself. My cup is full and I can give out of that full cup versus giving from an empty cup or a half full cup, which is very common for us as moms and as entrepreneur moms. We give to everyone else without thinking, hey, I need to give to myself. And it's my favorite analogy is like when you're on an airplane, you know what I mean? They tell you when you're on an airplane, put your mask on first before you help someone else. That includes your children. And so because you're teaching them how to treat yourself, my favorite thing is like, you teach others how to treat yourself by how you treat others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So it's important to make sure you have these things in place, these safeguards that are supporting you and what it is that you want to cultivate in your business and the things that you want to do. But I know the biggest hurdle for women, I feel like, is money. Oh, I don't have enough money. So what can you do to shift that? Because you can always make money. You can always make more money.
So do you think they're coming from this frantic space when they want to make money and they just seem like there's something blocking them from their abundance? I mean, what have you found in terms of their energy and what's in their space?
So this is a great question, Monica. Okay, so for people that have this lack mindset, I go into their spaces and they're sitting on abundance, okay? So people that have a lot of things, they like to shop, they have multiples of different things. You have like 20, 30, 40, 50 shoes and a whole closet that's filled to the brim of clothes that one don't fit you or from your younger years and you haven't, because you're trying to lose that weight. I'm going to tell you, honey, you're not going to lose that weight because you know why? Because you have clothes in your closet that are reminding you that you haven't lost that weight and it's going to keep knocking you down. From a subconscious standpoint. So it's important to shift your thinking. When I run into people that have, like my clients that have a bunch of stuff, I'm like, listen, you are sitting on so much abundance right now. and you're just hoarding it. You know what I mean? And so instead of hoarding that abundance, do something with it. Go through your things and sort. Like I'm all about the 3-box method. My 3-box method's a little different. It's, you know, get everything get out of everything out of your house that's trash, that's broken. That's the first thing that goes, because it's the easiest to get rid of trash.
Yeah.
Okay. The second thing is you sort what you're going to donate. Okay. That's the other box. The third box is what you're going to sell. Okay. So I've had people make thousands of dollars just by selling shit in their home that they don't use.
Can I ask a real quick question?
Yeah.
What, like for like if somebody were to do this 3-box thing, I love this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your, like, for you and what you've seen work, what room should they start with first?
So another great question, girl. Okay. So when I'm looking at people's spaces, like feng shui is like the psychology of your environment. There's actual scientific studies about the psychology of your space. Okay. So this is legit stuff. So when I'm talking to people about their about stepping into their abundance, into their feminine energy, you know what I mean? And it's just, when I'm saying like feminine energy, I know it's a little woo, but it's just a practicality of stepping into who you are as a woman. Okay. And so when you're able to step into this aspect of who you truly are, you're able to magnetize, okay? Because you are in love with yourself, you're taking care of yourself, and people are treating you nicely. It's like buying yourself a bouquet of flowers. It makes you feel good if someone buys you something like that, but you do it for yourself, okay? So I usually tell people, start in your bedroom. And I will find women that are givers, because we are mothers and, you know, we're always giving. It's a natural state for us. It's easy for us to be that way. Okay. So I would say, let's step out of your comfort zone and start taking care of you. And so you'll notice that people that are like that, their bedrooms are full of a bunch of things. And it's the messiest room in the house normally. And it's the last thing that gets clean. Or when you have guests over, everything else is immaculate but the bedroom. That's where you throw everything in there, right? And you
Shut
close
the
the door.
door.
Exactly.
My parents,
Exactly.
their room is the laundry room. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So it just reflects like how you put others first before yourself. So this is how I help people shift their mindset, is by physically moving things in their space and getting them out of their comfort zone in a comfortable way, in a very subtle way, which is focusing on your bedroom. And so making sure your bedroom, you have your stuff is tidy in there. Make your bed every day. This is something I always recommend to people in general. Just if you don't do anything in your home but make your bed, I promise you, you will feel good, and it will be compounded over time. You making your bed will start building up that confidence within yourself, and you'll start shifting your attitude and how you approach your environment, and you'll start feeling this need to clean and declutter and organize and get yourself simplified so that you are able to have a clear mind and focus, that you can take action in your vision, you know? And so when you focus on your room, it transforms your life. It transforms how you show up with yourself. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to go back over the 3 boxes, but before I go there, if you have any questions, please put that in the comments, and we will ask Justine, and she will answer them. So the 3 boxes is anything broken, you throw it in there, and then you have your donation box, and then you have your box that somebody says, my bedroom is always the cleanest room. Awesome. Look at you. So the first box is, get, anything broken. Second box is donations, and third box is sell. And whenever you say sell, like, do you mean like, maybe taking it to like Clothes Mentor or Plato's Closet, that, or are you talking about actually you selling it?
It depends. So like if you're a kind of person that loves clothes and shops a lot, then, and you don't mind like going to consignment stores, which Monica, I know you have some really cute shirts from, Plato's Closet. So if that's your jam, then go with it. There's nothing wrong with selling your clothes that way and repurposing them and finding something else that resonates with you. So it just depends. So if you want to do something like that, I do that with my son's clothes. I go to Once Upon a Child,
Yep.
you can sell and recycle and all that. So I'm all about like, doing things eco-friendly as well. So if that doesn't work out and you just want to sell stuff, maybe you have furniture, maybe you have antiques, or you have like whatever it is, you can sell it on a Facebook Marketplace, which I actually use a lot of. It used to be Craigslist. I don't use Craigslist that much anymore. It's mainly Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
So, or if you have electronics, you can even do eBay. So there's different selling platforms. I personally believe making things easy on yourself. So Facebook Marketplace, everyone has Facebook. It's just easier to sell stuff on there. So I would go with that instead,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, well, one more thing,
go
actually.
ahead.
So yard sales. So I know with COVID and stuff, we haven't really like done much like that kind of stuff, but I highly recommend doing like a yard sale, or if you're in the process of moving, just like take all the stuff that you don't want to sell or hide it, and then put things on it, tags on it, the stuff that you want to sell, and do like an open house yard sale. And people can walk through your home and be like, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. And it makes it easy for you. So
Wow, that's a good idea. So, um, okay, now we're gonna move into like, we now know that hoarding things can be our money pits.
yeah.
Things that we are no longer using, things we're saving for whatever reason. I know I'm like that. And then another thing is like, so how do we go from that frantic space to that fearless space where we can become, our space could become a money magnet? What do you recommend?
So I would say awareness. Awareness is the first step of stepping into that energy personally. Um, the more aware you are about something that is either that bothers you, or the more awareness you have of your space, the more conscious you are, you're able to make shifts and changes effortlessly, because you have an understanding of what it means that you either do this and you get this result, or you consciously make the choice to not do it and still feel stuck. So you know what I mean? You want to get yourself in that position of like having to have so much awareness that you have to make a choice in the direction that you should go into. And some people still delay in that, and that's perfectly fine. That's just part of their journey. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, I'm ready.
Yeah. So what do you think when they have taken care of their space, say they went out and took every room and did their 3 boxes. It's kind of like as that
Yeah.
first step. What do you think that will build within them as an individual? Like, like getting rid of things, selling things, and and cleaning out their
Yeah.
space to welcome in more abundance. Like, what do you think that does to a person?
It shifts your mindset quite a bit. It helps you become really aware of why you do the things that you do, and you'll notice your patterns. You'll notice that like I had a client, for example, we were decluttering her garage because that was like the catch-all spot. When we were doing the whole house, I was like, just put everything in the garage that you don't want, and then we'll sort. The garage was the last thing we did. And so we did the piles, and as she was getting rid of things, it was like she had to touch everything. I totally have people touch every single item. And it'll be funny because people are like, oh, I'll just do that later. I'm like, no. The fact that you want to do this later is because we need to do this right now. So it's just, sometimes we need that support. We need a person to hold us accountable because we get caught in our head, which we Mrs. Stupid, I call my ego, my higher, well, whatever. Miss Rose. That's what I call her, Miss Rose. She's beautiful, but spiky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anywho, I digress. But, in general, how you get to that state, that feeling state of abundance, is just by becoming aware. So I have my clients, when they initially start working with me, is I have them take a look, take a moment and sit in each of the rooms in their home, and just sit for a moment, or have them walk clockwise through their space and have them take a look at everything. Silence, don't say anything, no judgment, just be aware of your thoughts. and you'll start to notice like how there's certain things in your house that you really don't like. You'll notice that there's that painting that reminds you of an old memory, and your mind will start going down that rabbit hole.
Mm.
So it's like you're becoming aware of your environment, because we go into like pilot mode, you know, like when you're driving to work every day, you then one day you realize, oh, I'm at work, and you don't know how you got there. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with your home. You don't realize what's there until you take a moment to look. And so when you take that moment and you walk around your space and each of the rooms, and assessing what is in alignment, what feels good and what doesn't, when you become aware of that, then you're able to problem solve and saying, okay, well, how can I create a solution for this that I want, you know, in my environment? And so when you're able to do that, it's really helpful to make changes really easeful and without like hesitation. Like the best way I can share is like, for example, like my living room. I've been really frustrated with my living room and how it's set up, because it doesn't quite fit my vibe and where I'm at right now. It had more of like a bohemian, had like a day bed slash couch, because I'm into multi-purpose rooms, but that was meant to be for my office. Now, because we downsized, I created my own office, but I don't have a room designated as an office anymore in this time frame. So I was like, I need to sell the couch. I want to sell this couch and buy me one that I really like, you know? And so that's kind of what I'm looking at. But there was hesitation at first, because I was like, oh, but that would look really good. If I end up buying getting another house, I'm going to want that. And then I thought to myself, to be honest, I really don't want that couch, even if I get a bigger home, because I'm going to want something better. So initially I was going to settle and be like, I'm just going to keep this because I spent money on it and it's something that I wanted for a long time. And I was like, nah, I can sell it, make money, and get something that I really want. So most of the time people don't jump to that conclusion. They hold on to it because what if they're going to need it? And then they holding on to all that abundance.
I love how you're shifting the mindset on like, take the things that are holding you back and like create money off of that. So that way you're relieving yourself of any, you know, potential, maybe there's not, but maybe some negative energy there, memories, or even just like things that you don't even wear or don't even like, you don't wear anymore or whatnot, you know, and creating that mindset of like, I can create abundance from this and create a new wellness of like how I look at my stuff, like so you can move forward in life with like a new, like you were saying, just like that new awareness.
Yes.
So I just want to remind anyone who's watching, this is your last chance to ask questions. We're about to start wrapping up. I got a call in like 15 minutes. So so just ask any questions. Justine is here. So
I'm here for you guys.
That's right. And if you can't think of a question, but come up with a question later, you can always come back, tag Justine, and ask it in the comments. So Justine, tell us what's going on in your business and how we can connect with you further.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Hun. So what's been going on in my business? I've been working with people one-on-one, you know, around the world, and just traveling and seeing my clients. I like seeing people in person, which is awesome. But I'm creating a program, a mastermind, to really like help people work with me for 12 months and being able to really shift this whole, their environment, their mindset, and their life and their relationship, so that they're creating something that really reflects what they want in their life and not settling for less, you know, because a lot of us, we settle for less and we don't need to. We're such magical creatures that we can like manifest anything that we want, you know, within reason, without hurting people. Obviously, we don't do that. But I mean, like, we have the capacity, you know, we just have to make room for it. And so anyways, I just get really passionate and excited about this work that I do. And so you could find me at passionstylepurpose.com or on Instagram and Facebook. My handle is passionstylepurpose. So you can find me on there, send me messages anytime you have any questions. I love having new friends and getting to know people around the world. So connect with me for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much what I'm working on right now. And I've been so grateful to be honest, I've been really grateful to have Monica in my life and helping me with my copy for my business. Because being an entrepreneur and in my industry, I can get very heady in my head. And sometimes it's hard for me to articulate my message in a sense of like explaining it to being able to explain it to a 5-year-old that understands. And so I've been really grateful for Monica being my accountability partner and then helping me just kind of align my languaging with my business to match my personality.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm so grateful for Justine too. Like she gives me different angles, and I'm like, oh, what do you think about that? And I get in my head too, and I ask Justine like, what do you think about this? And then she'll give me a different angle, and I'm like, oh, this is why it's so important to have an accountability partner in your business, just so because you get so sucked into you and your business and your jargon, and it's so nice to have somebody outside of that to give you some info, like to provide like, oh, here's a different angle. And it helps you be a better communicator, a better leader as you expand and grow. So we did have a question. Someone asked, do you suggest one room at a time?
Yes, I highly, highly recommend doing one room at a time, because if you do multiple rooms at a time, which a lot of people do, they will overwhelm themselves and then stop in the middle of it and be like, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. I don't have time to do it now. So what I usually tell people to do is focus on one room, go clockwise. I like to go clockwise. It's just kind of a thing. And start with one room, finish it to completion. You know what I mean? Even if it takes 6 months, a month, 2 weeks, whatever. I was always told, Rome wasn't built in a day. So don't expect yourself to transform overnight. Okay. So give yourself that grace, that permission to take your time, because when you're letting things go, it has an emotional aspect to it, because you are releasing something and it's an extension of you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you're letting things go, it may not seem like it's a big deal, but for your body, it's a big deal. And you'll notice if you start letting things go too quickly, sometimes you'll notice that either your body will feel tired because you're moving a lot of energy out of your body, or you'll feel energized. So for me, I get really pumped up and really energized when I move like declutter, and I'm like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? So, and then I crash, and then I'm like, I'm tired for like a whole day and I need to do some self-care and stuff like that. So just be mindful of your own energy levels and create designated times, like in your calendar. I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this drawer, or 5 minutes a day on this drawer. And over time, you'll declutter and get through all your stuff. So just take your time. It's okay. It doesn't have to happen overnight. The fact that you are making the momentum and the shifts and the changes is what's going to align you to manifest to those opportunities. So, yeah.
I love that. Love that. Okay. Thank you for asking that question. So because I know what Justine is up to, I'm going to push her in this. So you are offering a 5-day program that's coming up, all about how to create your space from a money pit to a money magnet. Talk about that. I know, I know some things that still have not been put in place, but I want our listeners to know about this. So when it's available, you can let them know.
So May 17th, I am launching a free 5-day course on learn how to make your home a money magnet. And so I'm really excited about it. So I'm starting that May 17th. And I look forward to having you guys join and just learn all about how to see your space from a different angle and really create a magnetic environment for you and your business. So I'm really excited about that.
So if you want that or you're interested, put the magnet emoji in the comments below. And Justine, when she gets everything ready, she'll send you that link to register for the course, because I was in a similar program that she had last year, and it was really awesome, phenomenal. And she's going to help you turn your space into a money magnet because she wants you to have more abundance and she wants you to clear that energy. And it's just going to be amazing. So definitely, put that emotion down so she can like follow up with you.
Yes, I would love that.
Yes. All right. Is there anything else right, somebody already put that. Yeah, baby, you want to turn your space into a money magnet. All right. So, any last words before we go? Anything you want to say to our listeners right now that would encourage them in their journey as being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a female business owner who is working with their space and all, up leveling?
I would just say, like, be kind to yourself because it's really, really easy to beat yourself up and feel like you should be somewhere, you should be ahead of the game in some facet or form. And just know that the journey that you're on, many have embarked on it and you're not alone. And just reach out. We're here to support and love on you. And yeah, that's why we got into this work, so that we could be able to support and love on you and help you in any way we can. So just know, be kind with yourself, give yourself that space to flourish and grow in your own time frame and not based on expectations. So that's my thoughts for you.
I love that. Because we can beat ourselves up. And I love that you just remind us that we're not alone. And if, you could totally use the Six Figure Mama community group and here to share what's going on in your life. I would love for you guys to begin sharing more, just so we can support you. Because it's hard to be a mom who's running a business and dealing with, those spouses, those others, maybe other children involved, maybe it's family members. It's like we got a lot going on. So please use this space as part of coming to and sharing so we can best support you and help you move past anything that you're struggling with right now.
Yeah, I second that. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. All right, everyone. Well, I will see you next week, and I cannot wait. And until then, reach out to Justine. She'll reach out to you to, help you turn your house to a money magnet for a free 5-day challenge. I'm stoked about that. So until then, have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.
All right, bye.
Bye.